So now students, here we take first example here. So here we divide this one whole part into 10 equal pieces, right? 10 equal parts, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10, right? And each part is 1 upon 10. Here we write this part is 1 upon 10, then the second one is 1 upon 10, and so on with the other part also. So here, and we also write this 1 upon 10 as 0.1. So now here we discuss this point here, right? And we read this point as 0.1. So dear students, you have studied the meaning of decimals and the way to write them, and also their addition and subtraction in class 4, right? So what is decimal? So a dot, this dot, or the point between of two digits is called the decimal point, right? So here we say that this 1 upon 10 and this each part denoted by 1 upon 10 or 0.1, right? Now students, here we take another example here. So here we divide this one whole box into 10 equal pieces. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, right? Out of 10, here we set some parts here, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? So here we take total 7 parts out of 10. So now what are the total number of shaded parts here? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So here we write 7 upon 10. There are total 7 boxes shaded here out of 10. We also write 0.7 here, right? And here we say that there are total 7 tenths, right? 7 tenths, right? 7 tenths, right? And we read this number as 0.7, right? So now what is decimal? The dot, this dot or the point between two digits, right? Between these two digits or any two digits is called the decimal point, right? So this point is known as decimal point. Now students, here we will discuss about chapter number 9, decimals, right? Now students, here we write the definition of decimal. Decimal is the dot or the point between two digits, right? So here we write the dot or the point between the two digits is called decimal point. Okay students, is the definition of decimal. The dot or the point between the two digits is called the decimal point. Like example, 4.5, 6.203, 5.304. Now if we write 4.5, so this dot is known as point. Now students, here we take one example here, and here we discuss about, because we already discussed about the tenths, right? When we take tenth equal part, and here each part denote 1 upon 10, and we write in decimal as a 0.1. Right, now we discuss about hundred. So in this example, the total number of boxes are 100 here, right? And the total number of shaded boxes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are total 7 parts out of 100 equal parts shaded here, and we write these all parts as in fraction is 7 upon 100, because 7 parts are shaded out of 100, or we write this number as this fraction as 0.07, and we read this number as 0.07, right? 0.07, and 0.07 is 7 hundredths, right? 7 hundredths. Now here we take another example here. Okay, so there are total 100 equal parts here, and here we make 100 equal parts of this one whole box, right? So there are total 73 shaded parts here out of 100. So here we write 73 upon 100, or we write in decimal as 0.73. Now 0.73 is 73 hundredths. Okay students, so dear students, it is a wrong method if you read 0.73. It's not a 0.73. The correct method is to read this decimal number as 0.73, right? 0.73. Now dear students, if we write one fraction number here, 1 upon 1000, because here we will discuss about thousands, right? 1000 places in decimal. So we write this number as 0.001, right? 0.001 thousandth, right? 1000th. Here we will discuss about decimals and place value in decimal numbers. Now here we take some numbers here: 9, 9, 9, 9.999, right? So dear sir, remember one point here: decimal number has two parts. Okay, decimal number has two parts. This part is known as whole number part, and this part is known as decimal part, right? And this point is known as decimal, right? So number of digits after the decimal point is called the number of decimal places, right? These all numbers are known as in decimal places, right? Now here we will discuss about places in decimal numbers, and okay, and the place value of these numbers. Okay students, now students, first here we write place value, right? Now what are the place value of this number? So here we write ones, right? Ones, tens, 100 and 1000, right? So here we write these are the digits here, and these are the place value, right? Now here we write ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, right? Now the next one, after decimal, here we write like 1 upon 10, 1 upon 100, 1 upon 1000, and here we write the places as tenths, hundredths, and thousandths, right? So these are the places in place value chart or decimal number, right? So these are the whole numbers here. So here we read as the same as here, like ones, tens, hundred, thousand, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh, and so on. Now after decimal, how we read and what are the places in decimal part here? So 1 upon 10 means tens, 1 upon 100 means hundreds, and 1 upon 1000 means thousands here, right? Now here we solve some questions related to places. Now here we write the question here. Write the value of the circled digits. Okay, here we write the value of the circle digit. Okay students, now here we take first part here, and the number is 23.62, right? And here we circle out this 2 here. Okay, so what is the value of this circle digit here? So here after this decimal point, here we read this number decimal part as 0.62, and the 6 in a tenths place and 2 in a hundredths place. So here we write 2 hundredths. Okay, now B part. Now here we take a next number, 135.303, right? And circle out this number here, 3. Now we read the decimal places here, tenths, hundredths, and thousands. Okay, so here we write 3 thousandths, right? Now here we take another example here. It's the C part of this question, and the number is 49.54, and here we circle out this number here. And now what are the numbers after the decimal? 5 and 4. Now the place is 5 in a tenths place, so here we write 5 tenths. Okay students, so here we use place values and we write the different places and the value of the given numbers here. Now here we take the next question here. Write in decimal form. The first part of this question is 40 plus 2 plus 5 upon 10 plus 3 upon 100, right? Now it is the expanded form of this decimal, right? Expanded form of this decimal here, and here we write this expanded form in decimal form. Now students, here we easily differentiate the whole part and the decimal part, right? These two numbers are in a whole part and these two numbers are in a decimal part, right? So if we add these two numbers here we get 42, and after that here we write this number in decimal form. So here we write this number 5 upon 10 as a 0.5 plus 3 upon 100 as a 0.03. Now after that we add these all numbers here, all three numbers here. So if we write 42.53, so here we get, and the decimal form of this number as 42.53. Now we take another example here, and the next number is 400 plus 20 plus 5 plus 3 upon 10 plus 4 upon 100, 7 upon 1000, right? Now we add these all numbers here, because these all three numbers are in whole part and these all three numbers are in fraction part. So here we add these two numbers here, 400 plus 20, 420, and 420 plus 5, 425. After that here we write these all numbers in decimal form. 3 upon 10 means 0.3 plus 4 upon 100 means 0.04 plus 7 upon 1000 means 0.007. Now 3 upon 10 means tens place, 3 in a tens place. 4 upon 100 means 4 in a hundreds place. 7 upon 1000 means 7 in a thousands place. So tens and 4 in a tens, hundred place, 7 in a thousands place, tens, hundreds, thousands, right? Now we add these all numbers here, and here we get 425.347. So dear students, remember one point here: if there is not mentioned any decimal here in the given number, so the decimal, the position of the decimal is the last end of the number here. And now after that here we count the total zeros here, total 2 zeros here. So here decimal jump, now 1 2 decimal place. After that here we get decimal place here. So here we write here, change from this place to this place. So here we write 0.53, right? Here we get 0.53. Okay, now here we take another example here. If we write 101 upon 100, okay, now 101 upon 100. So here is also, there is no decimal mention in the given number here. So the decimal is last end of the number. The position of the decimal is the last end of the number, and the total number of zeros is 2 here. So decimal jump in the next two places to the left hand side, 1 2. So decimal place is here. So here we write 1.01, right? So you also find the decimal and you write the decimal form of the number and convert fraction number into decimal number. Now here we discuss about addition of decimal number, right? Addition of decimal number. Dear students, you all know that if you write 23.06 plus 1.1, so here remember one point here. If you write 23.06, so here we write decimal point under the decimal point here, and here we write 1.1 here like, okay. Now here we add these all numbers here, and here we put zeros. Now 61.42. Here we get 24.16. Okay students, now students, here we discuss about if there is proper fraction is given, right? If the proper fraction is given like 1 upon 4. Okay, so how we convert this fraction number 1 upon 4 in decimal number? So what we do here, we convert the denominator into multiple of 10, right? So here we multiply this 4 by 25, because here we get 100. 25 4s are 100, right? So now here we get 25 upon 100 here. And dear students, you all know that if there is no decimal mentioned with the number, it means the position of this decimal is last end of the number. Now here we have total 2 zeros, so it means here jump 2 places left hand side. Now here we get 0.25. Now students, here we take some questions related to converting fractions to decimal and vice versa, right? So here we take first example here, converting fractions to decimals. Okay, so now fractions whose denominators are 10, 100 or 1000 can be easily converted to decimal by putting the decimal point in the numerator, right? So here we take first example here, like 12 upon 100. Okay, A part. Now here we take another example, B part of this question, 209 upon 1000. And the C part, 3 upon 10. Okay students, so now here 12 upon 100. So I already told you, if there is decimal not mentioned with the number, it means the position of the decimal is last end of the number, right? Last end of the number here. So now what are the total number of zeros here? 2. So it means decimal jump 2 places to the left hand side, so it means here we write 0.12. Okay students, now the next example, 209 upon 1000. So the decimal place is here and the total number of zeros 3, so it jumped total 3 places, so we write 0.209. Now the next point is here and the total number of 1, so we write 0.3. okay, now here we convert decimals into fractions. Converting decimals into fractions. Right, converting decimals into fractions. Now here we take few examples here related to decimals to fractions. Now 2.5, then B part 0.35, C part 3.25. Now students, what we do here, first we write this decimal number into fraction form. And how we write in a fraction form? So here what is the position and the place value of this 5 here in the place of tens, right? So here we write 25 upon 10. Now here we reduce this fraction into its simplest form. So if we divide these two numbers by 5, 5 2s are 10 and 5 5s are 25. So here we get 5 upon 2. Okay, here we get 5 upon 2. Now the next example, what is the position of these 3 and a 5 here? The maximum position and the maximum place of this 5, tens, hundreds. So here we write 35 upon 100. Now these two numbers and the numerator and denominator are not divisible by the other number, so here we write 35 upon 100 as it is here. Now the maximum places here in decimal, tens and hundreds, so here we write 325 upon 100, right? So now first we divide these two numbers by 5, 5 2s are 10, and now here 5 6 are 30, 5 6 are 30 and 5 5 are 25. Now again divide by 5, 5 4s are 20, 5 1s are 5 and 5 3s are 15. Here we get 13 upon 4. Okay, now students, here we also convert these two because these two fractions are improper fraction here. So here we write 5 upon 2 as 2 whole 1 upon 2. 2 2s are 4 plus 1, 5. When we divide this 5 by 2, okay, when we divide this 5 by 2, 2 2s are 4. So here we write this quotient here, this remainder here, and this divisor here. So we get 2 whole 1 upon 2. Now here we write 13 upon 4 as 3 whole 1 upon 4. 4 3s are 12 plus 1, 13. 13 upon 4. Now students, here we will discuss about equivalent decimals. Okay, equivalent decimals. Now decimals that name the same amount are called equivalent decimals. Right, here we write decimals that name same amount are called equivalent decimals, right? Like example, here we write 2.8, right? So just this example here, 2.8 equal to 2.80 equal to 2.800. These all decimals are equal, having an equal value, right? Now students, it is clear by this example, if writing zeros at the right hand side, right, if the right hand side, because here we put 0 here, here we increase 1 0 here, so if here we put 0 and increase 0 on the right hand side of the decimal of the number, so it doesn't change its value, right? Now students, here we discuss about like decimals and unlike decimals. Now here we will discuss about like decimals and unlike decimals. Okay. Now students, first we will discuss about like decimal. Like decimals are those decimals having the same number of the decimal places, right? like decimals. So here decimals having the same number of decimal places are called like decimals, right? Now here we take example here. Examples like 1.32 comma 6.45 comma 35.06, right? So these all decimals having the same decimal places, tenths, hundreds, tenths, hundreds, and tenths, hundreds. So these type of decimals are known as like decimals. Now here we discuss about unlike decimals. Okay, unlike decimals. Now first we write the definition of unlike decimal here. Decimals having different number decimal places are called unlike decimals. Okay students, now here we take some example here. Examples like 1.3 comma 6.24 comma 0.259, right? So these all decimals having different decimal places, tenths, tenths, hundreds, tenths, hundreds, thousands. So these all three numbers having decimal number having different places here. So we say that these type of decimals known as unlike decimals. Now students, here we discuss about comparing and ordering decimals. Comparing and ordering decimals, right? Now here we take some examples here related to how to compare decimals, right? How to compare decimals here. Now comparing decimals. Here students, first we convert the decimal into like decimal, right? And after that here we compare two decimal number here. Now here we take one example here like 3.1004 and 3.14. Now here we compare these two decimal number here. So here first we convert these two decimal number into like decimal. So what we do here first we write 3.1004, and here we increase number of zeros in the second decimal number. Now 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. Now these both number having same decimal places: tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. Tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. Now here we compare these two numbers here. In a whole part there is 3 and 3 here, same number here, and after that, after decimal, in a tens place 1 is here. Now 0 and 4 is here, right? So which one is greater, 0 or 4? 4 is greater, so if we say that 3.1400 is greater as compared to 3.1004. Right, now here we take another example here. Now here we compare 53.4 and 5.34. Okay students, so now here we apply the same rule here. First we write this number 53.4 and 5.34. Now what are the total number of decimal places? Tens, hundreds. So we increase 1 0 here, tens, hundreds. Now after that, here we compare two numbers here. In a whole part there is 5, and there is 3, there is no number here. It means 53 is greater or 5 is greater? 53 is greater as compared to 5. So here we say that 53.40 is greater as compared to 5.34.